of Free Clinic's Need Assessment Analysis presented by Ketki, our external expert. Our external expert was Kausar Hassan, leader nonprofit, decision maker, Beverly Kegley, executive director. In order to make the correct decision, it is important to understand the mission of the organization. The mission of the organization is to meet the healthcare needs of the 7,000 uninsured and underinsured suffering from chronic diseases in a rural county. Keeping this mission in mind, the executive board had their quarterly meeting on June 21, 2008 and came up with these 5 decisions. Hire accounting staff within 2 weeks, pursue a grant from the Duke Endowment to purchase a mobile clinic by the end of the month, pursue grant from Kate P. Reynolds for building within the 40 days, fashion show to become a signature event, and visit the Union Community Health Center. Our external expert helped in breaking down these decisions into needs and wants. He felt the needs were to hire accounting staff within the 2 weeks, pursue a grant from the Duke Endowment to purchase a mobile clinic by the end of the month, pursue grant from Kate P. Reynolds for building within 40 days. And he felt the fashion show and visiting the Union Community Health Center was a want. The methods and sources that were used after receiving the information from Beverly Kegley, our external expert, analyzed data and determined the needs and the wants. The needs were decided out of the 5 decisions. The 3 were decided as the needs, which he felt were absolutely necessary to accomplish within the next 45 days, and they were necessary to the clinical survival and helped in accomplishing the long-term goals of the clinic. The wants were something that did not align with the clinic goals. A fashion show was more of a social event. The factors affecting each decisions were determined and rated from 0 to 7. Ratings were compiled by a skilled analyst. Average ranges, medians were calculated for each factor. The results was that our decision maker, Beverly Kegley, went ahead with the decisions that the external expert had analyzed. The hire accounting staff, pursue a grant from Duke Endowment and from Kate P. Reynolds. The key factors in decision making were time to accomplish the long-term survival, factual information, financial security of the organization, initial cost, meeting the missions of the organization. The results were then analyzed. Time to accomplish was essential because it was important to hire accounting staff, very important for the long-term survival of the organization, to have the grant for the building as well as to have a mobile clinic so we can help the uninsured which are in the rural and have no access to transportation. So it is absolutely necessary the time taking to go ahead for these grants because Kate B. Reynolds had a deadline by the end of the month and Duke Endowment had deadline to fill out the application for grant in 45 days. And all these 3 decisions are absolutely essential for the long-term survival of the clinic and meets the mission of the clinic. It was important to provide the factual information when hiring the accounting assistant, when pursuing for the grant. Financial security of the organization was only necessary for hiring accounting assistant, but not to go for the grant. If the organization was financially secure, it was not necessary to go for this grant. Initial cost was not as important because it was minimal. And meeting the mission of the organization is essential because it impacts for the long-term survival of the organization. We learned a lot from this project to distinguish between the relevant and necessary data and irrelevant and unnecessary data. We used subjectivity in ranking. We understood to accomplish the goals of the organization, we should be able to distinguish between the need and want, and the needs must accomplish the goals of the organization. It helped us streamline decision-making processes, keeping the mission of the organization in mind. And we used more analytical decision-making technique instead of emotional. Thank you for joining.